his mismanagement of Kenya and his international policies, especially with our country, Sudan. The one who was speaking in the video, he said also that General Yasser Al-Attah is not equal to Ruto. So we want to tell him that you are entirely true in this point. Indeed, he is not equal to him and will never be that anymore. Do you know why? Because Yasser Al-Attah is a great military figure, having advanced in his ranks of the military. Due to his qualifications, seniority, and extensive military experience that he had achieved along his so many years which he has spent in military operations. On the other hand, who is Ruto? Who is Ruto and how he became Kenya's president? Can you tell us? Can you tell us how he became a president for your country? I will tell you. If you don't know, let me tell you the truth about him and how he became a president. He became a president by corruption and suspicious business partnership with the rebel Hemetti, the one who ignited the fire of war in Sudan. And both of them were stealing our gold since Ruto was a vice president of Kenya. And you have to know that Hemetti funded Ruto's election campaign to become Kenya's president. And he paid for him more than $15 million from our gold and our resources. Now Ruto is trying to repay the debt to Hemetti by supporting him against the Sudanese people and the Sudanese army. And we are not surprised that you too stand with Ruto. It is more enough for us to see you in this photo with Yasser Arman, the political advisor for the rebel Hemetti. And this shows clearly for us where you stand and whom you are and whose you are supporting. And let me also tell you that you are nothing, you are just a bothersome and insignificant mosquito. And please put in your mind, before adopting the role of seeking the interest of Sudanese people and letting them live in peace and ensure that they have a food and medicine, as you said, you please firstly allow your own people to live in peace and try to do your level best for them so they can be able to get food and medicine, not for us. We don't need your sympathy. Keep it for your people because you are the one who need it. And I think the situation in Kenya witnessing and denote whose needs sympathy. Keep it for those who are suffering in your country and are fighting now to get a decent life in Kenya. We are seeing your people protesting against you and you suppress them with police, even shoot at them just because they are protesting against your corruption, Ruto's regime and Ruto's mismanagement to your country. Also, you said that Yasser Al-Attah does not represent the Sudanese people. So now I'm here to show you that I'm a Sudanese citizen and I speak on behalf of most of our Sudanese people. And if you want to know our people opinions about your regime behaviors with us, you just go and read their comments on all social media platforms regarding Ruto's interventions in our affairs, and to know we all refuse and condemn his unacceptable interference. Also, we don't have any problems with Kenyan people, and our government has never intervened in their affairs, but we will not allow Ruto attempts to continue stealing our resources. Countries that import Kenyan tea and among the top 10 countries in the world buying tea from Kenya. We have strong and long-standing economic relationship with Kenya. So you please stop your president from meddling in our affairs to ensure that our relation can continue as well as we hope, and let him to be away from our leadership affairs. Otherwise, we have the full right to talk as much as we want about your regime. So please keep a distance of respect between us. If you do that, we can live peacefully and safely together. Finally, I would like to express my sincere wishes for Kenyan people for.
As we have all listened to the above video, we have seen that there are several things that have happened, and all these are just to respond to an MP, Zahir Jihanda, who spoke things to do with the Sudanese people, and now things have backfired so much to us. It seems like a Cold War is real because it started just like something that it was not serious, but we had looked at the reasons as to why the website of Kenya government were hacked and the possible reasons were seen. But for this one about exchange of words, we see it is a Cold War that is happening here. My God, people, we see there have been several claims that have been made by the Sudanese people who are using the weakness of Kenya's situation right now to, to rise upon us. The big issue here it is about the leadership of President William Ruto being replaced with another chairman on IGAD organization. And I don't know where this brings in the connection of our situation of the country where they are telling us about the protest, the mismanagement of Kenya. I think it is just a big mockery, and we don't know how Kenya will go through this or about this. We see amongst the things that they have spoken here, the Sudanese people, on behalf of Sudanese people, they have said that the Kenyan protest, it is just because of international policies and mismanagement of people and the government at large. Great military figure and advanced military of general ranks that Yasir al-Attah is having cannot be compared with the skills of our president, and that one is a big abuse that is being spread out, and it's not a good thing at all. They are painting the face of our nation with a little bit dirty things. Coming to issues of corruption and how the funds for campaign were raised, that one even it is just new because they claim that more than $15 billion were being given to Mr. Ruto by Hemetti, and it was just a strategy because Hemetti was against the Sudanese, and now the president is wanting to pay him back for paying loyalty or collaborating with Hemetti to be against the Sudanese. And we don't know how this is going because we see he's using our weak point like demonstration and injuries that have been found during the demonstrations. My good people, I think this is not a good thing at all because this exchange of words should at least end, and these heads of state should settle down and finish their things as great people. See about other things, we have been given a one big condition. Kenya is one of the biggest producers of tea in Africa, and we see several counties. We have Nandi, Kericho. We have also counties like Kisii. Very many places in Kenya they grow tea, and our major supply it is Kenya. It's a major cash crop, but one of the biggest market of the consumers who import our tea it is Sudan. And now they have told us that if Kenya will not stop meddling with their internal affairs, then it means the respect and the business things that we have been handling for several years, it will end. And because we don't know how this will be handled, but we are hoping that this exchange of words is over. We just know that things will be settled. I don't know about your opinions because how comes everything is falling apart during this difficult time? And they are saying that things were good, but since President William Ruto was the deputy president, Sudan has been losing its resources to these two people, President William Ruto and Hemetti. And now they have realized that he is into it more than it was usual, then they have come out to stop him. I don't know what you are thinking about this because measuring on several sources, they are just talking about the same thing. Could this be the reason as to why the hackers went ahead and interrupted with our systems? Could this be one of the reasons? And if this is one of the reasons as to why the hackers interfered with the system, then it means the Sudanese government are supporting the hackers to continue causing damages because they have bitter on one person. And it is not Kenya as a whole nation that we have issues. At least these leaders should meet and settle their matters, because some of these things are very new, and even we feel surprised to hear them right now. I don't know what you are thinking about this, but thank you for listening. These are among the news that we have gathered for you, and please continue staying here so that you continue being informed. Just to wish you a good day.